I don't know, dude. You're asking me a lot of questions that I don't know. XMC is over here fucking asking me 1,001 questions about what's going
That's
on
all
right
right.
now.
That's
No,
all
I
right. We're
just
gonna
asked
get
you
some
2
more people
questions.
back up in the stream here.
Those
We
2.
have definitely had ourselves these little bitty issues here now. I don't know what the actual problem was. I think my network switch dropped out. I
Do you
reset.
use
I reset my.
OBS?
I do use OBS.
Okay.
Streamlabs
Now
OBS is
I just
different.
need to get
What?
I said
Discord back up.
Streamlabs OBS is different than regular.
Yeah, I just run straight
If
OBS
you use
Studio.
OBS
So
Studio,
Oh, he does studio.
okay. 2 completely different.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, Tony's back. So I think we're back. We should be good. New chat, Carcane. Yeah, we had to completely kick out my fun little stream setup. I think my network switch dropped out completely. I had to reset my router, but everything looks like we're good now. We should be ready to go. Carcane, actually, you missed it by just a fraction on the way back, but I caught you the first time. So, yeah, Tony, can you hear me all right, Mike?
I can, yeah, I can hear you perfect.
All right, perfect. We are back live.
Okay.
As we get some more people back in here, I do want to apologize. Yeah, looked like my Switch just kind of dropped out. I don't know what the deal was, and now it could be YouTube though. It could 100% be YouTube, because other people are telling me my stream isn't showing up. So, we'll get that notification out to a couple people here. But I do want to again jump back in just because I'll probably delete the shit show of a half of a whatever we started before we latently lagged the fuck out. I do want to say congratulations one more time to Coach Tuck. Having your firstborn son is something amazing, and to see that things are happening for you right now. Best wishes to you, to your old lady, and that good hopes that everything comes out all right. So yeah, less jacked, Shidoshi. We should be good. So, again, some people may not exactly know who you are, Apothocary, but I will say down in the chat, most people that are going to come in here caught the first part of this, but down in the description, if you're looking for any links, Apothos here runs the YouTube channel, The Apothocary. He does a lot of gaming, does some reviews over there, gets into some shit. There's the new profile picture, Mike. You want the new profile picture? You got the new profile picture. You can have it off the thumbnail. That was from Sarah McCoy.
Oh, for sure. I've got your stream pulled up, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm also,
No.
I just got it muted.
Oh, yeah, I did see that in there.
That way I can help monitor chat.
As far as who you are, I've been kind of watching your stuff here now a little bit. XMC obviously turned me on, told me to come into your chat, give you shit, that you needed that every once in a while. So I jumped in there and now now I check it out every once in a while here and there, and usually catch your videos on replay. It's a little something in the background while I'm doing my full day job. So, that's nice. Yeah. The stream is like modern day Arnold, less jacked but still hard to listen to. Get to the chopper.
Get to the I can't do it. I'm not even gonna fucking try.
Get to the chopper. It's all right. I don't care if I sound like an idiot. I'll do it. So Carcane, yes, you hit here first in the chat. Operator Tony, you came a close second. For those of you who don't know, Operator Tony runs some links that pay back out to the Tundra Nation for donations, different things like that. I know he's working right now on sending some stuff overseas to some of the guys. I think a unit over in Djibouti. Yeah, in Djibouti. All up in Djibouti. So
all up in that booty.
So, Mike, I will give the floor to yourself, though, to give yourself a little bit of an introduction. I think you were mostly cut off by the latency issues that we had. And, got the word out with an updated link on the Discord. Thanks for that, Shidoshi.
Yeah, man. Fucking introduction. I guess let's roll it into like what I do on my channel, man. My channel, we're a gaming channel. We do pretty much anything and everything. I have a Discord that I'm always open to requests. My best friend, XMC, we are real life friends. We've been friends for over 20 years. We grew up together. I actually purchased the house that I grew up in when we moved to Columbus, Georgia. So turned around, and XMC used to live literally a house right here on the corner. I could go out in my front yard right now and throw a rock and hit his old house. That's how close we were when we grew up. Venturing off subject, but anyways, more about me, I guess. But yeah, I mean, hell, I do pretty much anything, man. I'm a vet. You know, I served a tour in Iraq. Hell, I mean, it's always tough describing yourself. I always catch hell trying that, man. I mean, but other than that, I don't know really what else to say, man. I mean, I love what I do. You know, I have a full-time job, and I also own a tree company on the weekends. So then, of course, I also stream. I stream every night from about 7 to 11 o'clock, and then turn around and wake up every morning at about 4 o'clock in the morning and run about an 8-hour work day, and then come home and start to stream up, go through videos, and seeing what I can do. So
Definitely cool.
all in all, I'm a pretty fucking busy man.
Yeah, definitely sounds like you got your work cut out for you, you know, time-wise, which is great. You know, I mean, it's, you know, we see guys all the time that come in here. They've got full-time YouTube jobs. I mean, they're busy as shit, but they ain't doing that 9 to 5 on top of it. So, you know, it's definitely cool to see that.
Yeah.
You know, I know how I'm going to end the stream tonight because, you know, fun shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm joking. I won't do that shit to you. XMC knows what's up. But at the same time, you know, what do you kind of like to get into, like to talk about? I know I've heard you rant a little bit here and there about a little bit of political shit, but
I can touch bases on anything, man. I'm a very, very passionate speaker, man. I have no issue public speaking. Hell, to touch a little bit more on who I was at one point in my life, I was doing a lot of public speaking, my testimony. I am a Christian. So, I mean, hell, I'll get into anything from religion to politics, man. I love it all because I have a very skewed perspective. My perspective is not tainted by media, for I do not watch the news because the news feeds you nothing but fear. And if you can keep a populace in fear, you can keep a populace under control. You know, that's the greatest weapon that human can use against another human is not an object, but yet it is a mental attack.
right,
Such as fear.
100%. 100% agree with that. So with that, what do you think about the vaccine? The vaccine.
This COVID vaccine. So I can give you a couple of different perspectives on it, man. I'm a chameleon. I can fit in anywhere.
You don't have to fit in. I want your honest opinion.
My opinion, I got a bunch, really, man. It's really hard for me to set. I'm against it, but every opinion I have, I guess you could say, has a different reasoning on why I'm against it. The religious side of me is against it because, first of all, I don't know what the hell's in that vaccination, and I believe in the Bible, and I believe in the mark of the beast. So, and not to dive too deep into that, but that's one reason why I disagree with the vaccination. And another reason is that, from my understanding, I fought for a democracy when I deployed. I watched brothers die for that. No government shall dictate if I am to get a vaccination. They shall not mandate that. No government has the right to do that and call themselves a democracy. Now, if a government is trying to dictate to us and mandate this vaccine, congratulations, America. We are no longer a democracy. We are now a dictatorship underneath the false guise of a democracy. So that's another reason why I'm completely against this vaccine. If I'm fucking forced to do anything by my government, it goes against everything that I went and fought fucking 16 months in the sand for. And this brings me to, like, I can go on and on about this point on government overstepping boundaries here. And another basic concept of a government overstepping boundaries is you putting tint on your windshield or on your driver's side or passenger side window. In a lot of states, that's illegal. Well, I'm going to put it to you like this, man. If that state wants to come in here and make my fucking truck payment, they can tell me what I can and can't do with my fucking truck. That's the same thing as a police officer telling you, you can't put blinds in your house. Well, why? Because I can't see what you're doing in there. You ain't got no fucking right to see what I'm doing in here. My truck is an extension of my private fucking property. And it works twofold. So if I'm pulled over and some Joe Schmo that was riding in the back of my truck that I tote to a tree job site has some bud on them, I get pulled over, I get charged with this shit. So how in the fuck does that work? It's examples of government overstepping boundaries here. And that's what the vaccine is a step amongst many of a dictatorship being established. We haven't, in my opinion, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not connected to media. My fucking views are not swayed by that. My opinion of what this country is, it is not a democracy. It is a corporate dictatorship.
100%. 100% agree with you there. The biggest thing for me in this whole virus vaccine bullshit, number one, my personal opinion is they created so much fear and so much hype over this virus over the last year that there's only two ways that they can move forward. Number one, they got to say, we lied the fuck to you guys. No, this isn't really a big deal. Let's just forget about it. We'll move on. Or number two, they have to quell the fear somehow. Well, they can only quell the fear in one of two ways. They can say herd immunity happened, which they said will never happen because it's not a thing. You can get it multiple times. Or they can say you can take this vaccine and everything's going to be all right. So just take this vaccine and everything's going to be fine. Now, there's that portion of it. Number two, the other portion of it is control. So you've already seen it where
systematic control.
The NFL has already come out and said, well, you know what? We haven't had any fans at any of our games all year, which, number one, you don't have any fucking fans. Number two,
don't even get me started on fucking.
They said flat out that they will allow vaccinated healthcare workers to come to the Super Bowl. And starting this week now, with the introduction of the vaccine stateside, NFL teams have been allowing now into their stadiums people who've gotten the vaccine. Certain places are just limiting it to healthcare workers or this or that. But if you've had the vaccine, you can come. So the way they're pushing the vaccine, too, even if you've got it, had antibodies for it, they still want you to take the vaccine because, well, it's good, it's different. Well, no, that's not how it works. You can't create a vaccine that does a damn thing unless it creates antibodies in a person's system.
Exactly.
So if you already have the antibodies, it's like putting a fucking condom on after you fucked her, and then you already had one on before that anyway. Exactly. So let's put the second one on. It's stupid.
Okay, so my question is this, bud. Did you have COVID? Did you contract COVID at all during all of this?
There's a pretty good chance that I did. I'll say that.
Now,
I never got
you're
tested.
alive, right?
I'm 100% alive. Like I said, I think on my Instagram I posted it. Been there, done that. Wasn't that bad for me.
Dude, I believe I had it back in March. Okay. And I say I believe I had it because, man, I work outside. I work in the trees a lot of the times.
Right.
I work in pine trees.
Allergies.
Oh, yeah. Shit. I thought it was just an allergy infection. Dude, and then my sister got it, and she's pregnant. She's fine. Baby's fine. My dad got it. He's fine. He's got underlying health issues. Not a fucking thing happened to him. My mother caught it. My mother and father are both above the age of 50, by the way, so they're high risk already. And they both smoke, so they have fucking higher risk there. Both have underlying health issues, and both walked out of the COVID. Confirmed cases of COVID, both them, my sister, and me, all of us.
Right. Well, yeah, like
and not a single thing fucking happened to us, man.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that COVID is not a big deal. By no means am I saying that. I'm sure that there are people out there that have lost loved ones. It's horrible. My brother knows somebody that died from it That's horrible. I get that. But is it as bad as we were fucking told as a public by the media?
No.
Fuck no.
I think one of the big things...
They struck fear in an entire nation to the point that these dumb sheep ran out here and emptied the shelves of toilet paper. How fucking dumb can you be to think a sinus infection is going to cause you to seep bodily fluids at such a rate you need 12 motherfucking extra large 24 cases of motherfucking Charmin Ultra? You got life fucked up. Well, you people, the sheep that follow this shit are so fucking ignorant. Fuck, I'm about to go on a rage about it. Like, my damn blood pressure's increasing.
Well, we don't want your blood pressure to go up, but that whole toilet paper situation, I mean, I've covered that a couple of times, and I know a lot of people here may have heard that, but that to me is just literally people who fail to prepare, and it's something that's cheap, and it's available in most cases for them to prep, and when you buy a little bit of it and you spend a little bit of money, it looks like you've got a lot of preps because you packed an entire room with toilet paper or some shit. You feel mentally prepared, even though you have an upper respiratory infection that we're talking about, and you bought shit for your ass. It's like,
dumb.
Congratulations. You can eat Taco Bell all year long, and you're going to be just fine.
You're good. You're fucking set.
Right.
And I hope there is one of these sheep that happen to be watching this. I hope that they look in their freaking closet right now at their massive quantities of toilet paper and is like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Right. And that's
because what you actually did, what actually, I mean, I'm sure you've spoken on this shit. And I mean, I hate to fucking keep bringing it up, but it's horrible what actually happened because of this. Okay. They shut down lumber mills, places that make motherfucking wood. Okay. So my primary job, I'm a foreman of a fence company. I had no fucking lumber. So that put us at our economy dropped much because of this bullshit. And it's because of the sheep fell for it.
Right. We're ignorant to sit here, or people are ignorant. I mean, not everybody, because there's a lot of people who aren't, but people are ignorant if they think that, in June, this is all going to go back to normal. The fact of the matter is, there's never been an opportunity, there's never been a chance, or never been anybody in leadership ever who has given up power once they've had it, willingly. And we've handed them enough power. I think I got into this on XMC's Discord earlier today with Janice, actually. Love her, but her and another one in there, they were actually asking for basically Trump to declare martial law. And I'm like, do you realize what the fuck you're asking for?
That's a civil war.
Right.
If he does that, we are fucked.
Right. I said, number one, there's no reason to ask for that. If you're asking for that, you have a lack of understanding about what that is and what that means for us as a nation. Number two, I would rather have Biden in office than give up more power and have these kids running around in the street thinking they're just following orders. Because the military today is not the military of 20 years ago. And everybody keeps saying, well, the military won't fight us. Yes, they motherfucking will.
Fuck, they will. Yes,
these guys are fucking children. These are the same people that got on and watched the news and said, oh my God, the virus is that bad? Yes, they fucking will. The people that wouldn't come up and fight against us are the people that are on the outside now that are sitting here going, please don't fucking do it. Please don't do it. I don't want to do this. Because we know that they know what the fuck is up.
I mean, and everybody's like, well, that's what we need. That's what we need. See, what a lot of people don't realize is we claim martial law and this country goes into a civil war. Do you realize I'm not necessarily speaking to you, but I'm speaking to the sheep here. The sheep, you need to realize that when a country breaks into a great country like ours, breaks into a civil unrest, it opens our borders and everything to invasion. We look weak as a fucking nation. Yep. There was a Japanese general that was quoted during World War II. You can Google this and you can fact check me on it because I know I'm for 100% fucking 100% facts right here coming out of my mouth. Japanese general stopped the invasion on America back in fucking World War II. They were going to invade us.
Right.
And this man said that would be the most foolish of moves. For if we fought them, there would be a gun for every blade of grass.
Yep.
And what he meant was that our people would come together and unite and stop the foreign invasion. Now, if we break into a civil unrest and a quote-unquote civil war, what's going to happen is we will be fucking invaded. And the only way that you wipe out the American dream and the American idea is by wiping out every fucking American.
Right.
So you sheep need to wake up and get back to your roots and come together as a fucking country.
Yep. So I definitely agree with you on that, and you are 100% factually truthful on this statement too. One of the big things that I have a hard time with, and I'm not going to go too far into this just because I know there's certain individuals watching who've heard it a million times, and realistically, I do kind of want to get away from it a little bit, but it is very, very relevant to the time. But I want to say this, and I want to pose this as a mind experiment, a thought experiment for a lot of people to think about this. So there's a lot of people right now who are sitting here going, Donald Trump is the president. He won the presidency. Okay? He's the best thing for us. Okay? Take 2 steps back and think about this for 1 second. So everybody loves Ronald Reagan, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when was the ATF created? 1976, right? So let's think about that for a second. Okay, this is Donald Trump in office right now. The ATF has raided in the last 2 weeks Polymer 80 facilities. They've gone after pistol braces, essentially making about 4 million people or 4 million guns in existence illegal because SB Tactical has sold over 4 million braces that are now deemed illegal and require registration per the Department of Justice, who said this week they will get involved and force registration.
Oh, great.
So now anybody who has a pistol brace is going to be subject to DOJ shit if they don't do something about it. Now, granted, this is open for discussion, and if you guys are not familiar with this and you're listening to this, get online, look up the ATF letter regarding pistol braces, because there is a community forum that was called, and there's 3 or 4 different ways that you can reach out to not just your representatives, but the ATF and all that stuff as well. So you get to actually go out and do some work and try to fight this a little bit. But pistol braces themselves are being gone after. Now, if that's not bad enough, and you've made essentially, let's say most people who buy pistol braces probably have more than one. So 4 million were sold. Let's assume that everybody has 2. That's 2 million people that instantly, overnight, if this goes through, are felons. Now, I know you and me understand what that means. But for those who don't understand what being a felon means, you're fucked.
Yeah,
so,
I'm a felon.
Yeah. I technically am a felon. I received a pardon, luckily. But the reality is we're fucked. If everybody becomes a felon, the easiest way that you can take away the fight of the American people is to take somebody who has something to lose and give them a reason to comply. Well, if you go to somebody who has a lot to lose, who has 2 or 3 kids, and you make the ownership of the guns that they have illegal, they have 2 things that they can either do: register it and comply, turn it over and comply, which both of those fall under 1, compliance, or resistance. Most people won't resist because as much as people say that they've got the fight in them, they're not willing to give up everything. And if you want to resist, the government will take everything from you.
Mm-hmm.
You will be segregated, you will be subjugated, and you will literally lose everything that you have. But you're going to fight, and you're going to do it alone probably, because most people in this country won't stand with you.
Well, look at what happened again, to use World War II as a basis, man, we locked up our own fucking people in internment camps, man. Where do you think? And that's another thing that was proven. Hitler just didn't pull the idea for these internment camps out of his ass, man.
Right? No, it was definitely, I mean, this is all subjugation of people. It
yes,
is what
man.
we do.
And what needs to happen is we, as a society, need to wake up and say enough is enough.
We need to stop calling these fuckers leaders. If I hear another person call these guys leaders, I'm going to freak out. They are elected representatives. They are not your leader. You
they
are their
a
leader.
Public official. They should not be making more than a fucking police officer.
Pretty much.
You pay their fucking salary with your taxes, guys.
Yeah, and trust me, they don't make $500,000 every 6 months.
No,
not legally anyway. There are certain individuals who do, but not legally.
You want to see corruption? Make every politician fall underneath the wage law. They should be making minimum wages based on the wages they output. So motherfuckers ain't worth the fuck anyways.
Yeah, so
you want to see corruption?
Yep. So
change their pay.
That's the biggest thing. Like these people, and even then, it doesn't matter. You can take their pay completely away. They're still going to make a shit ton of money.
Yep. Because they push agendas. They push agendas.
They are paid by the policy holder, the policy makers. Now, but here's the other thing, and I don't want to cut it short, and I don't want to go too much on this yet again. But this whole point was leading up to the fact that do people really think that the Democratic Party is that stupid? Number one, both parties are two sides of the same fucking coin. Donald Trump, for 50 years prior to running for this election, was a registered Democrat. All right.
And I mean,
here's a thought experiment, though. Obama's security administration listened in to everything. They gathered data, they put it all together, and all these tech companies helped. Data is king, so they know exactly what words they need to use to rile a base. They know exactly what needs to be said to push people in a certain direction. Amazon does this on a daily basis. Google does it on a daily basis. These ads that are targeted, they're using data that they have on you to push something, and you click those links, you buy stuff from them. It works. It's engineering. Mm-hmm. Simple engineering, numbers. So the Democratic Party uses this same policy. They go out and they get somebody whom people believe can't be controlled. Donald Trump. He already has a fortune. He's already made his money. He has nothing to prove, right? They say, go out here, say this, say that. You're going to rile up a base. You're going to get a whole bunch of people behind you. We're going to get you into the presidency. You're going to be the president of the United States for 4 years. We're going to hold the most corrupt-looking election in history. What we're doing is we're going to take this base that's already fractured under the Obama administration and even under the last of the Bush administration. It's not a single party. It's both parties. So this base is completely fractured. We're going to push this even further. We're going to racially divide everybody. We're going to divide everybody into little groups because divided, we fall, right? Mm-hmm. So we bring Trump in. We rile up the other base to the point where people are actually out doing things because, let's face it, Republicans are lazy when it comes to that because we have things to lose for the most part. People who are conservative.
Like jobs.
Exactly. So we push this. They push it. Donald Trump's in office. He can't be bought. Everybody thinks this. Everybody thinks that. So he has such a bad time. Well, he doesn't do anything to help. The ATF's still going after everybody. You got Polymer 80, which is the most recent attack. They raided the Polymer 80 facility, went in, took all their records, took their UPS records, took their authorized.net payment network, all that stuff. You ever bought anything from Polymer 80, they know where you are. They know your address. They also know if you're a restricted person and you did it. So now they've effectively gone in and taken a registered database that already existed, put it in their system, and walked off happy as a lark. So they don't even need you to register it. They know who the fuck you are. So now they're going to say, okay, these need to be registered firearms. You have 6 months to comply. We know who you are. We know where you are. We will be seeing you. All right? Now, it doesn't matter who they get into office this time because everybody's so fractured that no matter what, the other side is going to be pissed. And all they have to do is make 2 or 3 moves, and they can completely separate the group.
Yep.
All the people who are conservatives, all the people who think properly, think for themselves, those people are relegated back to the corner of tinfoil hat wearing nutbags.
Yeah, because we're crazy.
All the sheep, they run around doing what they do, running around. Just like
Give me orders. Give me orders.
Yep, pretty much.
I have no fucking independent thinking.
And then on top of it, everybody who's conservative calls themselves awake, but isn't really looking at the 50,000-foot view yet. I mean, it's fine to be awake. It's fine to be conservative. It's fine to call yourself all that. But if you're not looking at the 50,000-foot view and you have any trust in your government whatsoever, you still aren't fully awake. You need to take that step back a little bit further and start really thinking about it, because they're not in office for the good of the people.
Exactly. They're not there for you. What blows my mind is when I hear people say, oh, the government's been good to me. How the fuck has the government been good to you? We are doing the same shit that our forefathers were. The whole thing, the reason why America was created, because taxation without representation was happening. The very fucking thing is happening now in 2020, guys.
Right.
Monopoly, that's illegal. It's always been illegal. How in the fuck is HBO Max being able to control all the shit? They're now controlling movie theaters.
I wouldn't even
That's
say
a fucking monopoly.
I wouldn't even say HBO Max, because let's face it. I mean, you don't need HBO. How about the internet though?
Yes.
How about the internet? Everybody needs a high-speed internet, right?
Yeah,
so what are your options?
Monopoly,
what are your options for high-speed internet? You know?
Oh shit! In my area?
Yeah. What do you got?
I got Charter. I got WoW. I got who the fuck else? Oh Jesus! That's all I could think of. Charter and WoW. Mediacom. They suck balls.
Yeah.
AT&T. Fiber optic.
Yep. So AT&T is owned by the same corporation that owns DirecTV.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've got multiple TV services all under one house. Charter Communications, a.k.a. Spectrum, a.k.a. Time Warner Cable, a.k.a. every cable fucking internet service in the United States.
Yep.
They're out there.
Monopolies everywhere.
It's
monopolies everywhere.
But even take the monopolies out of it, and let's just forget about that. How about the fact that 99.9% of people alive today don't even realize that the United States went bankrupt and was reformed under a business structure, and their only obligation are to the shareholders.
Yep.
There's a reason it's no longer referred to as the United States of America. It's the United States. The United States is an LLC that is owned and operated by the Fed, the Federal Reserve.
Mm-hmm.
They are the shareholders of the United States. And the only reason we exist as a country is because they allow us to exist as a country at this point. They control our banks. They control everything. They want to shut us down, they'll shut us down. So people just need to wake up to the fact that this isn't America. This hasn't been America for a long time. And the sooner people realize that, the better off we're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to change it overnight. But and that goes back to this whole channel. We do this all the time. You need to get out, do something locally, build a community, and start something from the grassroots, from the ground up, because it's the only way we're ever going to get something going. Mm-hmm. Ron Paul ran as a Republican because it was the only way he could get in office. He ran as a libertarian over and over again. Nobody even heard him. So, not saying he's the best thing in the world either. Nobody is going to be the best person for anything. The fact of the matter is people are fallible. People are weak. People are feeble-minded, and people want power.
They need something to believe in. That's the problem, is like the people, the sheep they just are so senseless, man. They have to have that shepherd. And it just, oh God, no independent thinking. We have a wonderful thing called the internet. Fuck, people. If you hear something that sounds outlandish, Google it.
I hope people Google it. That's the thing. Like, most people just hear this and they're like, huh, yeah, right. No, it's not the truth. Well,
Yeah,
there's a
or
reason.
they'll
There's a reason too. When you go to court, so the justice system is set up a particular way. So people who've been through the court system may see it, may not see it. But the fact of the matter is, there's a reason your name is in all capital letters when you go to court, because they're considering you a business. They treat us as though we are independent businesses, and they are going to take their fines, they're going to take their taxes, and they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to us in all caps. You will never see a legal document where your name is not completely capitalized. It's the only way the documents are legally viable in most systems, because you have to be an entity, a business entity. You're not a person. You are an entity. So move past all the bullshit and get back to being people. We need to build our communities up. We need to get rid of all the garbage. And what that means, number one, is not hate the person on the other side either. Like, we need to get past this, like, I don't like you because you're a liberal bullshit. Like, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs, and you can believe whatever the fuck you want, so long as it doesn't affect me and mine. When
I mean, what you do inside of your house is your business. You know what I'm saying? But like, you coming out here and try to influence me, like physically, that's wrong.
Right.
That's wrong.
Right.
You're gonna get dealt with.
Right. So, anyways, let's flip it around a little bit. let's get into a little bit more fun. So, why gaming?
Oh man. All right, dude. I'm a vet, man, and I have that wonderful, wonderful fucking thing called PTSD. And everybody's like, well, you have PTSD and you play combat games. Yeah, well, I feel fucking at home when I play combat games. Existence in everyday life is hard for someone like me. So, like, that's my escape, man. My decompression, I guess you can say. That's my ability to go and do the things that I love to fucking do. And if something happens to me in the video game, I just hit the fucking respawn button.
Right.
You know, and that's the reality of it, really. It's just more of an escape for me. And then, of course, it's fucking fun. I've always been a gamer, man. I played video games with the Atari when it first came out. So I was always a gamer even before I deployed. So there was always that, all right, I know what the escape can be. You know what I mean? So then when I came back from deployment and I came back home from, you know, being in the military, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. And I mean, I pursued it. I got good at console, like stupid fucking good at console games. To the point that there was no challenge anymore. Games on console became very repetitious and boring. So I decided, you know what? After playing on console for 15 plus years, screw it. I'm going to go and buy a PC.
You hate yourself that much.
Yeah, literally was like done with consoles that fucking much. The game that actually killed console play for me was Apex. Apex Legends killed console gameplay for me, man. Me and XM no-lifed that game when it came out. We hit top rank. I watched a couple of streamers that weren't even fucking top rank. Dude, we were fucking good. And anybody that played Apex knows about the fucking wingman. They know about how broken it was when it first came out. I played it. I told XM, I said, dude, this gun is fucking stupid good. Well, like, 2 weeks went by. We ended up fucking playing against these. It was like us versus the last squad. And me, XM, and our other buddy that we used to play with, I can't remember his name to save my life. But we rolled up on this squad, and every single one of them were dual wielding the the wingman with the skull crusher attachment on it. So they had they in both their fucking weapon slots they had a wingman, and that shit broke console gaming for me. I was done. I was fucking done after that. I was like, this is bullshit. Because the videos were going around about how broken that fucking gun was. That gun is even more broken when you have fucking auto aim. So that like did it for me. So I guess to answer your question, why gaming? Because it's fucking great. And I'm actually good at the shit.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. I don't get into too much gaming anymore. I just haven't had the time to do it. I mean, I've got a PC controller, you know, different shit like that. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't dedicate myself to it like I used to. Man, the last game that I legit played like tirelessly was probably Assassin's Creed 3 and MAG. So that should tell you. I mean, wow. PS3 MAG.
Yeah, that's old.
That's like the last game that I played like religiously. And when I say religiously, I was like 4 or 5 hours a week.
Yeah. Oh man.
I
sit down.
I just never could do it. And like I think that came because when I was younger, I legit destroyed my fucking brain gaming.
Okay.
I melted down 3 Nintendos in the first 2 years that it came out.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like I legit played for like 48, 50 hours straight. Like that was the point where like the Zelda
Pac-Man
game
was your
the
shit.
Zelda game was in the console with it on for 3 to 4 weeks because I was going to finish that motherfucker and there was no save points.
Yep.
So
I remember all that. That's so crazy, man. Like this is nostalgic as hell for me.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
and you know, it dates us. It dates us a little bit, maybe. But you know what? We come from a good time, I think. You know,
I mean,
I'm completely
okay with
we got hooked.
Myself, dude.
We got hooked on video games, and we played outside. So fuck y'all.
You remember the first cell phone? You remember how big I had one?
I had a Qualcomm like A6400 or whatever it was called. The
motherfuckers were huge, bro. There wasn't no fitting that motherfucker in your pocket.
Yeah.
You just have to sling that bitch over your shoulder. It had a fucking strap on it.
Yeah, no, that was bad. And it was hilarious. I had to hide it because I was working at Kmart at 16. Like my parents didn't want me to have a cell phone. Like they thought I was like some drug dealer or anything like that. But yet my mom had me I got a pager from my mom, you know?
Yep. Like I remember the pagers. Oh wow. Holy shit. I wanted a beeper so bad, dude. I wanted a beeper. All the cool kids had a beeper.
Yeah, I had like a red see-through Motorola. You could see the board inside. It was like awesome. It was like great, you know? But you go down to the pool hall on the weekends and you're like sharing it and like showing it off like, hey, dude, look at mine, you know? And it was always like, which one is smaller? Which one is smaller? And that same thing happened with cell phones to the point where I remember it was like 2002. I was working construction and this was like right before the Razor came out. The Motorola Razor came out, which kind of was a turning point for cell phones. But right before that, I had this Siemens phone that I'm not shitting you was like 2 inches tall, like an inch and a quarter
tiny
wide,
little fucking
and just
thing,
this little like LCD. It was like a Nokia phone that got sent through the Honey I Shrunk the Kids fucking machine.
Yeah,
I broke that thing in like 30 seconds. But
dude,
everything was so going smaller and smaller and smaller, and then
I don't
finally,
know. I might date myself here too. The Boulder flip phone. Yeah. That thing was supposed to be invincible or whatever the hell. Yeah. Fucking was it.
Yeah, I worked construction. It fell 16 feet off a ladder on my hip. Not indestructible. Only drug dealers have pagers and or cell phones.
Yeah, I was reading that too. I was kind of cracking up about
That's exactly how it was, man. It was like, but hey, Mom. Yeah, I was. So sorry. Yeah, she can't yell at me anymore.
Yeah. Wasn't it the chirp or some shit?
You get the codes, you know, they come in. It's like 11624. All right, that's Johnny. He needs me to drop this shit off over on the fucking street.
That's his Addy and what he needs. Don't come get me, police. I don't do that no more.
It's a long fucking time ago. Like this was back in the day, like when Triscuits were cool and shit. Cause
oh god, yeah.
They had the seasoned Triscuits, which like
I remember
stunk to high heaven, and they were like
out,
pepper.
I remember when fucking Bugle. This is bad. We are definitely dating.
No.
Here,
But
dude.
you gotta like. I legit like realized early on, because like I was involved with a lot of people who were near the police, but sniffing dogs didn't handle pepper at all. They don't. They still don't.
Mhm.
Sorry, but they're actually trained now to stay away from it. So,
Yep.
and they'll hit on it just to cause a stir, just because. But dogs before used to not hit on it. Well, pepper Triscuits had just came out, right? So if you open the bag up, shake out some of the dust in the bottom of the bag, and roll it up, there's enough room for like a 1/4 ounce of weed in the bottom of the Triscuit box. So then you just roll it up and you put it back in with the stuff underneath it, and you can throw them in the backseat of the car. And even if the dogs come out, they ain't gonna hit on it because it's pepper.
Exactly. Yeah, I've had my run-ins.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. None of that happens anymore. So
yeah, I'm fucking grown now. I was a young man when I was doing all that shit.
Yeah, Tony says he thinks the StarTAC was the smallest. The smallest, what, the pager? I think the StarTAC was that tiny little, like, it was like a 1/4 inch wide, but like an inch by like a 1/4 inch fucking pager.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Nokias were the shit. Like the Nokia 918 cell phone was the first one you could customize. You pop that faceplate off. It felt like such a badass.
That was the shit.
You took it off and you spray painted it with the chameleon spray paint and popped it back on because that was cool.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, God, I remember when Skechers came out with their light up shoes too. Fuck, I need to stop.
Oh, come on. You got those like Starship pants and the fucking lugs boots, everybody's walking around in.
How about Jinko jeans, my dude?
Dude, Jinkos were the shit. And the best part was my old man worked for Waste Management at the time, and he like was doing routes down in Milwaukee. And one night he picked up a bag of clothes that were like left out by a dumpster, and it was all Jinko jeans. So I was like set for like 2 years. I had like neon green Jinko jeans and shit. Pants all the way down to your fucking, shins. Was the greatest thing in the world.
Yo, how big they were used to trip me out. Like the bell-bottom Jinkos, bro.
Dude, you could fit like 240s in each pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It was the greatest thing in the world. You could put like a 40 in each back pocket and still have enough room in the front pockets to fit 2 bottles of Mad Dog.
Yeah, see, you're a little bit older than I am.
No.
I was a young boy when that shit came out.
No, it was like, I think I was like, 14, 15, but I was just that fucking bad of a kid. So
yep.
I always hung out with, like my youngest friend in middle school, I think was 26.
Holy shit.
I was that guy.
Oh, fuck, man. That's crazy, man. I'm sitting here like, I'm reminiscing about a lot of different fucking brands of clothing and things that ain't out anymore, man.
Oh,
That's
come
just
on,
like,
you got them MC. Were you part of the MC Hammer era?
Oh, I was a little bit. I mean,
the Zubas? Yeah.
88, yeah. 88. So. Oh, that shit used to trip me out. I remember, gosh, I remember our style back then, man.
What
Boy,
style?
we didn't have any
What
style.
fucking style?
Yeah, exactly. We had no fucking style back then.
But you know what? You knew who everybody listened to as far as music.
What's that?
Everybody listened to music, period. Like, everybody was listening to music, and the style of clothes they were wearing completely told you what they were listening to.
Yep.
Like,
I'm the white kid. At him and be like,
I'm the white kid
in
in the back of the fucking class wearing a yellow, like, knit FUBU sweater. Who the fuck am I listening to? I'm listening to Wu-Tang Clan all day.
All day.
I got the RZA on lock. Redman just came out with his new hit. We're gonna go get that shit.
Damn. Yep. DMX was hot back then. Come on, dude.
Hey, he's still hot now.
The Rough Riders.
But it's hot in a different way.
Gosh,
got that whole No Limit Records thing going on. Yeah.
I'm a no limit soldier. I told you.
Yeah, come on, nah.
Yeah. Make you say, oh.
Yeah, so it's definitely, yeah. Operator Tony says music back then. At least you knew what the song was when it came on, because they all actually sounded different. That's true.
Yes.
Today, 90% of music is 100% sampled from all that shit, which is hilarious.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
and I mean, they're even doing it in movies. Everybody's rolling backwards. Where is the fucking new content? Really?
well, I can explain that though. I can explain that. Around 1996, there was a big push for rehab, right? So everybody quit doing dope. Everybody quit smoking drugs. Everybody quit popping pills. Everybody quit having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then they just all started molesting kids.
Oh God, yeah, okay.
I think it was happening before that, but I'll leave that alone. But no, people just stopped doing drugs. If you're not going to do the drugs, you're not going to create the content. Let's face it. High people are creative as fuck. Mm-hmm. If you are stoned, you are creative as a motherfucker.
Exactly. I mean, look at Jimi Hendrix, what he did with the Star Spangled Banner.
Right.
I'm a diehard. I love my country, man. I really do. I served for it. But what Jimi Hendrix did to the Star Spangled Banner was fucking phenomenal. That shit was amazing. That was great, dude. And he hit his acid. You can hear it when he's playing it, dude. He's sitting there playing it. It sounds all great. And then that acid hits. And he just, he just goes with it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back into the chat here real quick. Sarah McCoy says, my stepmom was shocked I knew what a floppy disk was. I'm going to really date myself here, but I'm going to say 3.5 or 5 1/4.
Yeah.
Because both of them were considered floppy by a lot of people.
Yeah, 5 1/4
or 5 1/4.
5 1/4 only went in the Tandy 2000s, though. Really dating ourselves now.
Hey, my first
kids probably don't even know what a Tandy 2000 is.
So, yeah, definitely fun. I'm okay with that. Definitely fun to talk about different shit, some younger stuff.
For sure.
Better times, man. Like we need to get back to that. Like what happened? What happened to us? What in your opinion? I know what I've said, and a lot of people that have watched here. Lag Demon says 5 1/4. Yeah, that's right. You got it. Back on that Oregon Trail shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that game. Oh man.
You died of dysentery. So descriptive. 5 1/4 was zip drive, not floppy. I'd actually tell you to go back and look. Shidoshi, you're wrong. 5 1/4 was floppy as fuck. 5 1/4 was like 3 pages of paper. You could shake that shit. That's why it was called a floppy drive. But all right, I kind of lost my train of thought.
I was about to say you were touching on something that sounded fucking great.
Yeah, it was gonna be a really good one. But yeah. So all right. So I know my thoughts of what happened. What happened to us as a society that changed everything? What do you think led us down the rabbit hole that led us to where we are today? As a society, like we used to be able to go outside and play as kids. We used to be able to let our parents could, they didn't need to helicopter over us. And now even if you don't want to be a helicopter parent, there's a requirement to do it.
I'm gonna say it, and this is super controversial, but we got to remember, I am at the end of the day, it's God first. In my book, then everything else. And it happened when we started taking God out of the schools. We started taking God out of our Pledge of Allegiance, and we started telling everybody that God and the worship of God, our Christian God, was a bad thing. And then we started falling as a nation. I mean, I can go into scripture on this and point out Sodom and Gomorrah and show similarities to America and Sodom and Gomorrah. But I mean, I really try not to dive into my religious views on YouTube for the simple fact that is just asking for fucking chaos.
So you come from the old school where there are 3 things you don't talk about: politics, religion, and pussy. So
no, I mean, I'll talk about politics. I'll talk about
today politics. Today politics are talked about by everybody. It's not taboo anymore.
Exactly. And I mean, just my religion, I'm very protective of. I spent 26 years as an atheist, and again, I hate to get into this, but I'm 6 years saved. But that doesn't mean that I'm foolish. So,
No, and I respect everybody who has their religious beliefs. I have my own religious beliefs, and I'm never gonna push my shit on anybody else. And
That's exactly
the
why
same
I
as
keep
that.
it out. Like
Right,
that's
like
the exact reason.
it's
It's
none
because
of
I don't
it's
want
none of
somebody to be
anybody's
like, "Oh, you're
business.
pushing your beliefs on
Exactly,
me."
it's
No,
none of
I'm
anybody's
not.
business what I believe. If they want to ask me in private, I'll tell them in private. But at the same time, you know, I do respect anybody who has a willingness to come out and say, I am a religious man, regardless of whether it's Christian, Catholic, Mormon,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
You would look at me and be like, "Yeah, there's no way," but yes, I mean,
Well, the thing
now I'm
is I'm
far
not a
away from
judgmental
where I
person.
should be.
I'm
You
not a
know,
judgmental person. No, that's all right though, because we are flawed individuals.
mhm.
We are flawed people. It doesn't matter where you are in life. You are flawed.
Yeah.
You are. Well, you know
Nobody's
what? You know,
perfect, man.
actually, here's the thing, and a lot of people understand and know who this person is, but Cy Robertson, as well as
Yep, I know
you know
exactly
Willie
who that is.
Robertson, the Robertsons, the whole clan. They're very very great people, but the old man, it's not Cy. I know that, but he has that podcast Unashamed, and their son is a preacher, and he preaches the gospel. And you know what? They're a little bit preachy for a lot of people, but at the same time, they don't push their religion. They're telling you their beliefs, and whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. They love you nonetheless, and that's pretty much where I am at that point. So I'll leave religion out from this point forward.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, it's completely fine. I mean, I'll touch bases on it. There's a time and a place for everything. I feel.
Yep. AWG just said it. Phil Robertson. Yes.
Yep. Phil Robertson. He like I said, there's a time and a place for it. Now, you know, who knows? Maybe one day, while I'm in the middle of a stream, somebody might come in my chat with some real life struggles, and the only way I know how to relate to that is through the gospel. So be it. It's my channel. I'm going to voice my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like me actually diving into it, dude, my testimony's strong, but it's one of those things. It's what is appropriate for said situations.
Right.
So
I won't push too hard on that. I won't push it at all, actually. But I do want to kind of get into something that a lot of people don't understand, and I won't push you to say anything in any legal capacity, anything like that. But what is your opinion of felons with firearms?
Okay, so I'm a felon, and my felony is a bullshit charge.
Most of them.
Yeah, a lot of them are. I got a short answer for it. What's the fun in a fucking short answer, really?
we got nothing but internet.
There we go. I mean, so check it. I mean, I'm a felon myself, but I'm also I'm not a violent felon. I am a violent person, but I'm not a violent
convicted
felon.
of a violent
My felony
crime.
was not like, hey, I went in and robbed somebody with a gun. My felony is like, hey, I smoked pot and I happened to be caught with a little bit too much pot, and they charged me with a felony because of it. Bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit.
Before we go too far, I want to explain to a lot of people, like, I think I've said it a couple times, maybe even last week, but felons, honestly, anybody here could potentially be a felon. The way the things are written now, pretty much any crime that you can be punished by up to 12 months in jail with can be considered a felony. So, just so you're aware, passing a bad check of over $1,000 can be prosecuted as a felony. The simple act of jaywalking for a third time in certain cities can be considered a felony. Like, these are stupid fucking things. They don't have anything to do with, violent law, corporal punishment, these type of laws that were put in place. The only way you could become a felon or a restricted person, according to our founding fathers, was to kill somebody and be caught in the act.
There you go.
Otherwise, there was always an underlying thought and belief that even if they thought you killed the person, they would put you in jail, but they would not make you a restricted person because you were not caught in the act, and there is the potential that you did not do it. So, there's that.
So back to my response is, I'm not a violent felon, and basically what you've done now is you have taken my ability to defend myself away from me. And especially in the times that we're in right now, one needs to be able to defend himself with a fucking firearm. It is too easy for a criminal to get a fucking firearm nowadays. Way too fucking easy. I'm a veteran. I fucking served 16 months deployed with fucking goddamn M4 in my fucking hand and a scar and a damn saw. I walked around and not a damn thing happened. Why in the fuck you take my guns for me because I want to smoke pot because I have PTSD? That's beyond me. So to answer your question, do I think non-violent felons deserve to have their rights taken from them? Fuck no. But if you go out there and you rape a little girl or a little boy, or you go out there and you fucking murder somebody, or you go out there and you rob somebody with a fucking firearm, a knife, or rob somebody, period. If you do anything that causes distraught upon somebody else and you are charged with a felony, you should not be able to have a fucking firearm.
Fair enough. Totally understand that.
So
and,
it's like a 50-50.
There's certain things that are even, like the rape of a child or whatever. I don't think you deserve your life. So definitely not a firearm. So
fuck no. And killing somebody like that is too easy. But housing them and making law-abiding citizens pay for these fucking animals is beyond me. What you need to do is just cover them in honey. First, you strip them ass naked, of course. Cover them in honey, tie them to a tree in the woods, and just fucking leave them there. Let Mother Nature have them.
I think there's too much of a chance that they get away. I like the whole lifelong punishment of torture. I'm a fan, and this is pretty sadistic of me, but there's a lot of people here who know I'm pretty sadistic. But my favorite form of torture for somebody like that, especially, I say if you raped a child, you should be tied to a chair, skinned inch by inch, and salt poured in your wounds as you move along so that we can start over when we're done.
Should be kept alive just to be tortured.
Yes.
I mean, there's corrupt individuals. This whole thing right now with this fucking, oh God, I don't even know what to call it. This Epstein child molestation ring that's going on in our fucking government right now, dude. That's another, you see how quickly that shit disappeared?
Well, they don't even talk about like Ghislaine, and we've talked about that here before too. And I even did the reaction to Struggle's song, with his daughter, here on the channel, just because I wanted people to hear it and actually hear that side of it. But these kids are being found since she's been arrested, and nobody's tying it together. Like, you don't think this happened? People are still out here going, well, it was nothing. Nothing ever happened. Pizzagate wasn't real. Nothing in Hollywood is the same. There's a reason everybody in fucking Hollywood is in hiding right now. You don't see all these fuckers out in the street walking around. Tom Hanks fucking took citizenship in another fucking country. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything. I have no proof of anything.
Sure as fuck makes him look guilty.
But really looks fucking weird when you're like, I went to a non-extradition country. Well, you did it a week and a half after Ghislaine or Ghislaine or however the fuck you say it. I know AWG likes when I say Ghislaine. But you did it a week and a half after the person who literally holds all the fucking cards was arrested. So I don't trust you. I don't trust anybody.
I don't trust. It's not that I don't trust anybody. I will always trust my brothers, man. I'll always. I don't trust my fucking government. And if you trust your government, and if you think your government has your best interests at heart, you have not been paying attention to what the fuck's been going on in our country for the last 10 fucking years.
Right.
They don't give a fuck about you.
Well,
and
they
the
don't
quicker
have
you
to.
Figure that out, the better off you're going to be.
They don't have to. They don't have to. The federal government, the Supreme Court has even said as much. They have no obligation to protect you as an individual. They are only beholden to their shareholders. Get it through your head. I know that I don't have a lot of sheep watching this. I know that I don't have a lot of reach altogether, but they are not responsible for you.
I mean, it is. It takes all it takes is people, like us, man, that are willing to voice an opinion that opposes everybody else's. Everybody is on this fucking bandwagon of let me listen and not think.
Right.
Daddy government tells me to bend over, so I'm going to fucking bend over. Well, I'm going to think about this shit and said, Daddy government ain't got no right bending my motherfucking ass over. Fuck him. I got something for that ass.
Right. 100%.
That's what really needs to happen. And I mean, it's a metaphor, but it's still, the concept is the same, guys. Like the sheep, you need to wake the fuck up and stop going to this mindless fucking thought processes. You are just following what you're being told without putting any type of individual thought into it. We have a wonderful thing. We talked about it earlier. Google that shit. Google that shit.
And don't trust Google either. Dig.
Fact check it.
Check
dig.
It. Don't just take the first thing that pops up and go, hey, look at that headline. Huh. Says that.
If you spend 5 minutes finding a video to handle business with, you better spend more than 5 minutes fucking researching some shit that's important.
Yeah, there you go. The fact of the matter is that people literally don't read past the headline. Stop. Take 2 seconds, read the fucking article. Even the shitty media that's out there right now, it doesn't even matter. The shittiest of media, CNN, when they put out an article, they'll title that shit something that's just completely fucking fabricated bullshit.
Clickbait.
But once you get into it, it actually has, for the most part, they actually put the legit story in there. You may get just bits and pieces of it, but they are still a journalist. Regardless of what anybody says, they are still beholden to journalistic standards. So the story has to mostly be true inside, but the title can be whatever the fuck they want. And they know that in this society, in America especially, nobody reads past the headline. We can't.
You're 100%
we can't.
right. We're lazy.
We can't be bothered to read past the headline because we've got other things to see on our feed. Because we think somehow that having 10,000 fucking followers on Facebook makes us fucking special. But all it really does is makes you a fucking slave to a media company that's pushing their shit to you. You're scrolling that fucking feed 16 fucking hours a day. When the fuck do you do anything called life? I mean, I can't even fucking explain. I can't even explain how frustrating it is for me to see people literally going out to eat with a family, which I know nowadays is kind of taboo. But you know what? I fucking did it today too. But I don't care. I'm gonna support my local businesses. So anybody who has a problem with that, can fuck off.
Exactly.
But it bothers me so much when I go out and I see families at tables at restaurants. And you've got a 2-year-old over here and a 3-year-old over there. They're playing on their tablets. Mommy and daddy are talking on their phones or texting on their phones, scrolling their feeds. The fuck are you out to eat for? Why don't y'all just sit on a fucking couch? Yeah, why don't you just sit on a fucking couch and play on your goddamn phones? You're not a family. You're not acting like a family.
What happened? What happened? Fathers stopped being fathers and mothers stopped being mothers. And everybody's tried to become social king and queens.
Right. Like I don't understand this whole mentality of I want to be famous. I want to be this. You know what? I do this every week because I enjoy the conversations with people, and I know that a lot of people who come here to watch this also enjoy it. You know, I don't care if I ever get famous. I'm going to be completely honest. This will be news to XMC, so this will be news to everybody. This is kind of big news, actually. So we may be going through a rebranding here on the channel here shortly. So Boog Brand has been going through a shitty time. We went through cancel culture. We got fucked over. We lost a shit ton of money, and we haven't been making anything. So rather than put my family through further hardship, I will close the business. So it's nothing's set in stone yet. I've got a couple ideas, a couple things that I'm going to try out first. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to go away forever. It just means that I may need to go away for a little bit as far as a business standpoint. This stream will always be here. We will rebrand. We will do something else if that's the case. But, and to that point, I'll talk to XMC on the side separate about some of that. But I feel like shit about it. I want to support people. I want to do this shit, but at the same time, my family's in a situation where I cannot put them through shit months. I mean, it's not even shit months. It's like I started this business right before COVID hit, and then I knew my shit was going to get shut down on Facebook. I knew it was going to get shut down on Google. I didn't expect to get shut down on, payment authorization platforms, on website platforms, this and that. We went through a lot of shit. We spent a lot of money, and at the end of the day, I'm responsible for my family more than I am responsible for this business. So, take that for what it is.
That's an admirable decision there.
Right. And it's hard. It's hard. I don't want to leave it behind. It's something that it's been a pet project. I've had a lot of fun, but I also can't put my family through that. So it's a decision that I'll be making here shortly. I do have a few last-ditch efforts that I'm going to work on. So, who knows? Maybe it'll fucking go. Who knows? I don't give a shit. We'll figure it out. And I'm not married to any decision at this point, but it is something that, for everybody who's watching, you kind of got an inside baseball on it. It's something that could happen here in the near future. Maybe it's my issue. I don't push it enough on the social media. I do have fun on the social media more than I do, promote my business. But whatever. It was a pet project. It was fun. But you know what? I'm going to continue to do these streams because I have a lot of fucking shit coming up. Number one, I literally have the next month booked out for guests. So I'm not going to tell anybody no. And I've even got people booked out into February, March, possibly even at this point. So
who knows? This might end up taking off for you.
We will not have a show next week because it's Christmas and you belong with your family, not with me. And that's where I'm going to be. So I hope everybody else is with their family too next week. January 1st. Yeah, I'm going to have a show January 1st. Y'all can be drunk as fuck, hungover as fuck. I don't care. It's January 1st. It's the first of the year. You can either be a good person, follow your shit or not. But that's when we'll be back. For anybody who is watching and is curious, we'll have Hypoluxia on that week. So he's been on before. He'll be on again. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Just me and him. But back to Mike, back to Apothos and Doggo. Bark, nom, nom.
He keeps speak. Ooh. No, you don't want to talk to me.
That's about like my kids too.
Yeah, I know, right? You gonna speak to me or what? No. Yeah, he's a fucking attention hog, man. He's got to be up in the damn camera. Every time I fucking stream, he's behind me.
That's all right. Dogs are great. Mine would be next to me too, except for the fact that he's upstairs, probably sleeping on a chair next to Mom. So.
Yeah, there you go. Best place for him. Yep. Oh man, I don't know. These last couple of streams have been good for me here lately, though, man. I'm actually to kind of advertise a little bit on the channel.
Yeah, go
I'm
for
up to a fucking 100 followers in 3 weeks, dude.
Great.
So shout out to XMC for that, man. Shout out to you, and shout out to everybody else that's been supporting the Apothocary, the channel. I am Apothos, Primarch of the Apothocary. It comes from the Warhammer 40k universe. If anybody's ever wondering about that, where'd your name come from?
There's actually a lot of people in my channel who are very familiar with the Warhammer 40k series. So they may have gotten it.
Yep, that's what's up. The Apothecaries in the Warhammer 40k universe are actually responsible for extracting the gene seed from fallen space marines. Now, just to dive a little bit into the lore, the gene seed is pretty much what makes a space marine, a super soldier. So, anyways, sorry.
It's all right. You can nerd out, do whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude, I can go deep into that, man. I read the books. I do not play the tabletop games. I want to. I just cannot build fucking tiny ass little models. If you want to see me lose my mind, make me fuck with something that is very monotonous and very small. I will start to pour sweat. I have a really bad rage problem.
Right.
And if you're familiar with my streams, you will have seen that.
So Shidoshi said he'd love to drop the Discord for the mods to put up, but YouTube is being commies. Well, Shidoshi, don't worry about that. I'll get a link and I'll actually tag it on the bottom of the video here. So anybody who is watching this for Mike or wants to, sees it and wants to join Mike's Discord, I'll grab a Discord link. I'll throw it in the description underneath here. I have no problem doing that.
One thing I do want to do, sorry to interrupt, I want to give a shout out to a particular person. I was gifted a channel art today. I actually changed my channel art from me standing on top of a Humvee to what it is now. Sarah McCoy actually drew my channel art, posted it in my Discord, and I am now utilizing it. So to give credit where credit is due, she actually drew a fucking Warhammer 40K helmet, and it came out really good.
Nice. So I'm just going to grab something here real quick.
What kind of dog do you have, Sarah? Talking about him being heavy.
Really? Discord. All right. We're going to try that one more time. So I'm actually trying to grab the Discord link real quick for your Discord. Hidden.
I might be able to DM it to you here. Hold on.
Yeah, it's being a bastard. So I'm actually going to undo. And it's only, I just had to do undo stream settings. So. Oh, it literally will not let me grab a link.
It won't. I got you right here. Check your DM. James Jarvis is loving his new enclosure.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
I got a pit bull that keeps running in and out of my room. I got this new creature in my fucking room, by the way, too. You know what a bearded dragon is?
I do know what a bearded dragon is.
Do you know them
actually
things?
Would love a bearded dragon.
They get fucking huge, dude.
Right.
Like, I did not know that. And my girlfriend has one, and she brought it over. And this thing is chilling next to my computer desk. This motherfucker's probably about 3 foot fucking long, man. And weighs about, he's fat. He's heavy. He weighs a good amount. It's like 7 pounds.
Yeah, Sarah says he's a Rottweiler, Pitbull, German Shepherd, Great Dane, and he is 110 pounds. See, what we call those are mutts.
Mutts.
Badass mutts. That's okay. I actually had a purebred Rottweiler who was, I believe, 150 pounds-ish at one point. So no link, nada. Perfect. That's exactly what I like.
You can't. Same shit, James. Same exact shit happened in my channel last night.
Yeah.
Even as a content creator, we can't even post in our own fucking chat.
Right. That's ridiculous. So unbelievable.
It is. I usually, guys, if you're looking for a link for my Discord, there's always one in the bottom right hand of my actual channel. On YouTube, the Apothocary, and that is APOTHOCARY. That is not common spell, guys.
Yeah, I have the links actually. I'll get closer here. I have the links actually down in the description. I also just added the Discord link down in the description for you. So
awesome.
Fuck YouTube. Anyway.
You got anything else you want to touch on, man?
I think we're good. This has been awesome. Been a good time.
Yeah.
As usual, the normal shit show that, it is, was, and always will be my open mic with Boog Brand. But I think we did better tonight than we've done ever before. My audio, I think, has been good. My internet sucked, like usual, but never like this bad before.
It happens, man. It's the stream stutters. I'm telling you,
it is. I mean, there's gremlins in the streaming services, man. Mm-hmm. Unless you got like 1 billion followers or some shit, YouTube hates you. Especially live streaming, they're like, "What is this dude doing?" Ew.
Exactly.
Well, long-winded, but worked.
Yankee, Kilo, Gecko, Echo, Whiskey, Foxtrot, Delta.
That's fucking awesome. Discord.gg/YYKKGEWFDT. Perfect. Love it. That's the way to get it done, Shidoshi. That's what a mod does right there. So, yeah, Operator Tony, I am glad that Jarvis has his new enclosure. Enjoyed it. Yeah, as he said that I built that new enclosure over the weekend. I did meet Operator Tony for the first time this last Saturday, yeah. I drove through the first fucking snowstorm of Wisconsin this year to go get his ass. And the whole intent was to get it to him before the snow flew. So I failed.
Mission failure.
But I got home.
Game over.
I got home safe, and there was nothing to complain about there, I guess. So, yeah, Apothocary. You got a 110-pound cane Corso. Yeah, he's a big boy. But it could be worse. I actually had a 105-pound Lab Chesapeake who was all solid muscle. Muscle, not some fat ass dog, but it was my wife's dog. One of the better dogs that we've had, but he was a beast. He actually put down a Doge de Bordeaux at the dog park who was being an asshole to everybody because, you know, at like 6 weeks old, they're 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So they just run all over, but it was a good dog. Missed that dog. As my daughter was, I think my daughter was maybe 18 months when he had to put him down. And she's now 3, and she still asks where her black puppy is. So she knows how to tug at those heartstrings.
Dogs hit a special place in my heart, man.
Yeah,
I love me some dogs.
So now I just got my pointer, and he's an asshole. So it's the first dog I ever had that jumped on my refrigerator.
Well, this has been a fucking outstanding one, man.
No, it's definitely been fun. A little bit nostalgic, a little bit of fun. You know,
yeah, definitely dated ourselves this evening.
That's
all
right. That's right. If anybody really wants to look me up, you can find me. My shit was doxed a long fucking time ago, but I've moved since then, so my address is different.
You'll be able to find me.
So you can send somebody to my old house, but I promise you that the woman you're going to find is not me. I don't have 6 kids. I don't live in that house anymore. It is my grill brush that's still stuck in the fence. I found that tonight. We went by. My grill brush from 2 years ago is still stuck in the fucking chain link fence. They never pulled it out. But
that's fucking hilarious. That's just pure laziness.
Well, it was pure laziness on my part. That thing's been there for 6 fucking years.
Damn.
But anyways, it's definitely been fun. I appreciate you coming on, having a good time with us on a Friday night.
Dude, I appreciate you having me, man. This was a blast.
Whatever. But instead, you chose to come here, so I appreciate it. I think you're gonna do well for yourself. Just keep doing what you do.
We are actually building monetization, and I put this out on my channel before. I hate to put it out here. This is not clickbait, anything along the lines of that. When we reach monetization, 75% of my proceeds that come from this channel will be going to the Wounded Warrior Project. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
That is set in stone. But anyways,
there's not much else. You know, that's a great place to leave it. I mean that's, you know, that is a great organization. There are a lot of them out there. I personally don't support the Wounded Warrior Project as much as I maybe should, but I do. For me, locally, it's always been the honor flight. So I support the honor flight. Wounded Warrior Project is great though. There's absolutely I got no issues with that. Other than the Harley stuff that I do, where I'll support them, or Hogs for Heroes, or anything like that. But
it's really the goal right now for us. We're the Apothocary as a channel. Shidoshi, shout out to my main moderator, man. We're really building towards that monetization so we can start. I feel that's how you make a difference. Right. And we need to show people on YouTube like, hey, look, this is what is capable when you care. You know what I mean? When you got a fucking heart. So, and that's the whole reasoning behind it. That, and of course, my brothers, man, they're my fucking brothers, dude.
Right.
So
So tell XMC in the background to stop fucking with that dog, or the dog's gonna bite him, because I sure as fuck would.
if you don't stop fucking with that dog, James said she's gonna bite you because he sure as fuck would.
But anyway, thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for coming in, having a good time with us.
Yeah.
And
fuck yeah, man.
Definitely welcome back anytime. If you ever got anything you want to push, whatever.
For sure.
If you guys aren't following him, he doesn't have anything on Instagram. He doesn't do the social media bullshit. But the links are down in the description for the Apothocary channel. He's live every night. Different times, different places, different games, different fun. But he's also got a podcast, and I'll push it one more time. Him, XMC, who just left the room. You've had him on the channel. We've had him on the channel before. I believe he was episode number 6. Him, XMC, and another one of their friends. I can't remember his name to save my ass. Jared. Jared runs the show, so there's a lot of shit like my channel where we fuck things up a lot. But
it happens, man.
It happens to everybody. Everybody's got to learn it. Everybody's got to go through those pains. But that's the other link down in the description. The Culture Shock podcast. Mike, I appreciate it. Apothos, I appreciate it. Everybody go give Apothocary a follow. Everybody give Culture Shock podcast a follow. They're live. I think Sunday night is their next episode. I think that's episode number 3. And
you are correct.
You guys definitely, I hope you guys all the best. I hope your channel all the best. I hope everything you're doing all the best. And for everybody who's still watching, you guys are fucking savages. I fucking hate you, and I love you all at the same time. Have a good one.
Great one. Peace out.